evening. Today is January 26th, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is Biden's words to Beijing show continuity of U.S Taiwan policy. First, I want to talk about the U.S State Department notes with concern following the unusual invasion of 15 Chinese fighters into Taiwan's ADIZ within a single day. And the statement shows that Biden is likely to continue Trump's policy to Taiwan. Why? Here are some points. A, the statement from the U.S. Department of State called on Beijing to engage in meaningful dialogue with Taiwan's democratically elected representatives. And there's something interesting about this. First, the so-called meaningful dialogue, 有意义的对话, has been used 5 times in President Tsi's addressment towards China since last January. And second, the so-called Taiwan's democratically elected representatives are referring to President Tsai. Of course, the State Department did not use the term that Pompeo used before, which was President Tsai. Instead, they choose to use representatives. But the mention that democratically elected to China is like a slap in the face of China because there's no democratic elections in China. I think this is a message Joe Biden sent to Xi Jinping, indicating that you are not a democratically elected president like I am. B, in a statement from the State Department, they mentioned that our commitment to Taiwan is rock solid. And this again shows U.S. support for Taiwan's safety and stability. And some analysts in Taiwan comment that, well, there will be a high level of continuity in Biden's cross-strait policy, adopted from Trump's. And Biden's attitude toward China will be more similar to that of Trump than that of former President Barack Obama. I do agree with this comment. Here are the top stories. Today, we have one confirmed case. It's an imported case coming from Mexico. First, I want to talk about the virtual meeting of the World Economic Forum held yesterday. China President Xi Jinping pushes global cooperations and saying that arrogant isolation will always fail. And he said that to abandon ideological prejudice and jointly follow a path of peaceful coexistence, mutual benefit, and win-win cooperations. I think what Xi Jinping said is like what was said, 讲一套做一套, talks the talk but does not walk the walk, because China keeps kind of sending fighters to intrude Taiwan's ADIZ. And what is the so-called coexistence? However, it seems like that the U.S. already set its mind regarding the issue. The White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that at a news briefing that the U.S. is in a serious competition with China, and President Joe Biden wants to approach relations with Beijing with patience. And he is committed to stopping China's economic abuses on many fronts. And the most effective way to do that is through working with our allies and partners. In addition, the State Department says Biden to ensure U.S. technology does not kind of support China's malign activities. And the State Department spokesperson, Ned Price, wrote in an email that we need a comprehensive strategy and a more kind of a systematic approach that actually addresses the full range of these issues rather than the piecemeal approach of the past few years. Amid the increased China-U.S. tensions, new American defense chief called on Japan and South Korea to team up in the Indo-Pacific. And the newly appointed U.S. Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, reiterated that the U.S. oppose any unilateral attempts to change the status quo in the East China Sea. As for President Joe Biden, by American executive orders, he directed federal government to purchase more U.S.-made goods. He emphasized that the key plank of ensuring the future will be made in America. That means we're going to use taxpayers' money to rebuild America, and we will buy American products and support American jobs. And earlier today, Janet Yellen was confirmed as first female Treasury Secretary. She once said that China is under boycotting American companies by dumping products, erecting trade barriers, and giving illegal subsidies to corporations. Well, let's take a look at the latest update regarding Trump's impeachment. House Democrats delivered Trump impeachment article to Senate in a move triggering the first impeachment trial of former U.S. President Donald Trump. Members of the House who will act as de facto prosecutors held a procession ceremony to present the article to the upper chamber of Congress. Now, moving to Europe, Italy Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte to resign Tuesday. Giuseppe Conte offered his resignation on Tuesday, likely leading to the collapse of Italy's teetering government. Up to the current understanding, he plans to do this in order to form a new government. But you know, the prerequisite is that the president of Italy, Sergio, has to nominate him again as the prime minister. What will happen? We'll be watching. That will be the view for today. This is Catherine from Taipei, and I'll see you tomorrow.